Hello, and welcome to Tech Days. In this video, we'll be looking at how Elon Musk and SpaceX's Hyperloop is a superior piece of technology. We'll be analyzing the features of this high-speed vacuum tube transportation system. The Hyperloop is expected to move twice as fast as an average airplane, and its design incorporates maximum efficiency. How exactly is this Hyperloop going to be the future of travel? Let's find out in this video. What is the Hyperloop? The Hyperloop is a theoretical transportation system first proposed by Elon Musk. It's expected to propel people or cargo over long distances through speed tubes. These vehicles are expected to move at speeds doubly faster than airplanes. They will not just be super fast, they'll also be very efficient and eco-friendly. Imagine being able to move from one city to another city in less than 3 hours, which would have been more than 6 hours on a fast plane, without you having to go through all the protocol in the airport. That already feels like a lofty dream, but this is what the Hyperloop promises. You would literally be able to zap in and out of cities with ease. What is the Hyperloop Alpha? The Hyperloop Alpha is a document containing information about Elon Musk's concept of the Hyperloop. The book has 2 sections. The first section gives a description of the Hyperloop design in everyday language for anyone to understand. The second section, on the other hand, provides technical details, including calculations for components and cost involved in the project. At the end of the document, it was stated that the Hyperloop is an open source concept for anyone who is willing to take up the task of bringing the Hyperloop to reality. How does the Hyperloop work? The Hyperloop is designed as a pod-like vehicle which would travel through a vacuum tube. Such a vehicle would encounter minimal air resistance and be able to reach a speed of 800 miles per hour without expending so much energy. Instead of moving like a traditional train on a track, the pod would be built to float on a train using magnetic repulsion. This will reduce the friction and regulate its speed. Instead of using gas, the Hyperloop would work with solar energy. The tracks would be either on the ground or underground, depending on the terrain. Since the pod will have to move at high speeds, air resistance has to be overcome drastically. With the Hyperloop, the vehicle will be enclosed in tubes with reduced pressure, and that will allow the tube to move significantly fast on the ground. How much would it cost to use the Hyperloop? Elon Musk proposed that the cost of moving in the Hyperloop will be almost the same as a train ticket. The pod is projected to fit in over 800 people in one go. In addition, Elon Musk stated that it would be much cheaper to build a Hyperloop transportation system than high-speed rail. He argued that the Hyperloop would cost about $6 billion, in contrast with the $68 billion that was allocated for the construction of the high rail system in California. It's already a known fact that the rail transport is a bit costly and slow. Critics are saying that the Hyperloop may not necessarily be a viable alternative to rail. They argue that the cost of construction would exceed Musk's projected $6 billion. Is the Hyperloop a feasible idea? This is the question that many tech enthusiasts are asking. There's already a clear concept on the ground on how to create it, but the technology needed is still in the building process. Many well-funded companies, such as Arrivo and Virgin, are already working on the project, but despite their optimistic projections, most are still in the preliminary stages. Taking on this project is still a big leap, and no company has been able to start off just yet. The possibility that the Hyperloop will succeed largely depends on different factors, such as geography and destination. Areas that have simple routes and also less populated areas will be suitable for constructing the Hyperloop tracks, but there are more technical issues that would need to be considered. Another major issue to be tackled by the companies willing to take on this project is capacity. It's not sure that the Hyperloop will be capable of moving a large number of people as a traditional train would. It's argued that lots of pods would be needed to carry the amount of people that trains are built to carry. With the construction of these tracks, it seems that there would be many challenges. One of them would be building the pods to be strong enough to deal with the high speeds and low pressures. There are so many economic, safety, technological, public policy, and regulatory hurdles to be overcome. But the reality remains that if the Hyperloop works, it would revolutionize transportation as we know it today. It's very likely that the first Hyperloop system would be in the United Arab Emirates or India. Who are the key players on this project? Even though SpaceX has not started any serious work on the Hyperloop, they have held competitions for students and universities to create vac-train pod prototypes. In January 2016, the first competition was held, and 315 teams competed for the best pod design. After the first round, 27 teams were on to the second phase, and just 3 teams ran the track due to quality and time restrictions. The best team in the first competition came from Delft University, which had the highest score overall, while the Technical University of Munich completed the track in record time. These competitions, sponsored by SpaceX, is triggering both private and public research in a bid to ensure that the Hyperloop becomes a reality. Some private companies are also looking to construct vac train systems with the Hyperloop model. These companies include Arrivo, Hyperloop One, and Hyperloop Transportation Technologies. Arrivo came on scene in February 2017 by the former CEO of Hyperloop One. Hyperloop One is already working on a Hyperloop route between Helsinki, Finland, and Stockholm, Sweden. In addition, Cargo Souterrain, a Swiss logistics company, partnered with Hyperloop One to build a vac train system for only cargo transportation. With headquarters in Toulouse, France, Hyperloop Transportation Technologies has agreed to a deal with the Czech Republic and Slovakia. They are to build a Hyperloop between Brno and Bratislava. In addition, Hyperloop TT may also have clinched a deal with the UAE for a route to be created between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Elon Musk has also made some moves towards the Hyperloop by creating the Boring Company in December 2016. This company is created to develop novel underground tunnel technologies. Even though this is not an outright move to start building the Hyperloop, it's a step in the right direction for high-speed travel in countries that do not have so many legislative restrictions. These Hyperloop companies are having more headway to create tracks. However, in some states in the United States, such as California, land rights and regulations obstruct progress. There is no doubt that these tunnels would infringe on private and public property. This issue has to be resolved in some way, because such property loss would be devastating for many, and the compensation would have to be very high. The Hyperloop is a technology that is set to radically change the face of transportation as we know it today. From projections, it would be superior to all currently existing transportation systems. It would reduce air travel drastically, and also be vital to the reduction of global emissions. However, there are so many challenges that need to be overcome for the success of this project. The companies involved have to keep working to see to it that the Hyperloop concept is landed in our eyes. Till then, we will wait and see how it unfolds.